Looking back, Gilligan's Island was a cultural phenomenon that did poorly in the ratings, but exploded in syndication. As new generations of fans begin to appreciate the show, we have decided to make a list of not-so-well-known facts about the series. Watch and enjoy. The programming executives at CBS were underwhelmed by the pilot, but it managed to impress 3 different test audiences enough that they put the series on the fall schedule. But before filming for the first episode began, they had a few caveats, the first of which was replacing 3 cast members who had tested the lowest with audiences. John Gabriel, who played the professor, was a high school science teacher. Kit Smythe, who played Ginger, was a secretary, not a movie star, and Nancy McCarthy, who played Bunny, was another secretary. It was decided to make Ginger an actress and Bunny was to be replaced by wholesome farm girl Mary Ann. The first season was filmed in black and white, while the rest of the series was shot in color. Dawn Wells' character, Mary Ann, was the most popular and received the most fan mail. Why does the skipper keep Gilligan around? During World War II, Gilligan saved the skipper's life. In the official backstory, they served on a destroyer together. A depth charge got loose and rolled down the deck. It would have crushed the skipper if Gilligan had not pushed him out of the way. Henny Backus, the wife of Jim Backus, played a character on the show in season 2 called Gilligan's mother-in-law. It was originally a 6-hour ride, not a 3-hour tour. In the first theme song, the lyrics tell of a 6-hour ride. Alan Hale rode a horse to his audition. Alan Hale was filming The Bullet for a Bad Man in St. George, Utah when he got the casting call for Gilligan's Island, but was unable to get time off for a screen test. So, he had to sneak off set after a day of filming, which was no easy task. It was later revealed that Hale made his way to Los Angeles to read a scene with Bob Denver via horseback, hitchhiking, airplane, and taxi cab. He reversed the process after the audition and made it back to Utah just in time to resume filming his western the next day. Schwartz wanted Jerry Van Dyke to play Gilligan. Jerry Van Dyke was Schwartz's first choice to play the lead, but Van Dyke said that the pilot script was, quote, the worst thing I'd ever read, unquote. On the advice of his agent, Van Dyke accepted the lead in the short-lived My Mother the Car TV series instead. Natalie Schafer only went on the audition to get a free trip to Hawaii. A young Raquel Welch auditioned for the role of Mary Ann. I think we all know why she didn't get the part. She's not exactly the girl next door. Tina Louise thought she would be the star of the show. Part of Louise's dissatisfaction with the series was that she had expected to be the star of the show. Her agent had allegedly pitched it to her as the story of an actress stranded on an island with 6 other people. The JFK assassination delayed production. The pilot for the series was filmed over several days in November of 1963 on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. The last day of shooting was scheduled for November 23, 1963 in Honolulu Harbor for the scenes showing the SS Minnow embarking on its fateful 3-hour tour. Late in the morning on November 22, a crew member ran to the set and announced that he'd just heard on the radio that President John F. Kennedy had been assassinated. As Lyndon Johnson was sworn in as the new president, it was announced that all military installations, including Honolulu Harbor, would be closed for the next 2 days as a period of mourning. Filming was delayed by several days as a result and, in the opening credits, as the minnow cruises the harbor, the American flag can be seen flying at half-mast in the background. Schwartz picked Gilligan's name at random out of a phone book. Alan Hale broke his arm after falling from a coconut tree on the set. When Sherwood Schwartz asked what was wrong with his arm, Hale nonchalantly replied, "Oh, I broke it a few weeks ago." He went on to explain that 3 weeks prior he had missed the crash pad slightly when he fell out of a coconut tree for a scene and had smashed his right arm on the stage. He hadn't sought medical treatment because he didn't want to disrupt the filming schedule. Natalie Schafer did her own stunts. Even though Natalie Schafer was in her mid-60s when Gilligan's Island was filmed, she insisted on doing the majority of her own stunts and never complained about jumping into the lagoon or sinking in fake quicksand. The city of Denver, Colorado is named after Bob Denver's ancestor. The Colorado capital was named for James William Denver, the great-great-grandfather of Bob Denver. Tina Louise and Bob Denver were in a beach movie together before Gilligan's Island. Months before Gilligan's Island hit the airwaves, Denver and Louise co-starred in a summer surf flick called For Those Who Think Young. The first version of the Ballad of Gilligan's Isle, a song written by Sherwood Schwartz with George Weil, was sung by the Wellingtons. The Wellingtons also appeared as the Mosquitoes on the show. Jim Backus was a millionaire on the show, but a cheapskate in real life. Dawn Wells recalled how during the show's first season he would often invite her and Natalie Schafer out to lunch only to realize that he had left his wallet back at the studio when the check came. Before the cast departed for summer hiatus, after the wrap party, Schafer presented Backus with a bill for a little over $300, the total he owed for all those meals. Gilligan's Island was cancelled to make its time slot available for the long-running Western series, Gunsmoke. Here's a list of the popular characters of Gilligan's Island. Skipper, Jonas Grumby, piloted the boat. First mate, Willie Gilligan, provided assistance and the laughs. Thurston Howell III and his wife, Eunice "Lovey" Wentworth Howell, were millionaires out for some fun in the sun. Hollywood actress, Ginger Grant, was looking for that perfect part in the perfect film. Professor Roy Hinckley, Ph.D., was only interested in science, nothing but science. And lovely Mary Ann Summers was the farm girl who was born of innocence and charm. Together they were 7 castaways on an island never to be found. Or was it?